All right, guys, I'm going to do a very quick comparison of all the market indices, and I'm actually going to look at the futures. In fact, they're bouncing up. The ES is bouncing up, NQ is bouncing up, even the crude oil is bouncing up too. And I'll make it very simple to the people who are just in the 401ks or 403bs or long-term investment. So that way it'll be a little bit easier to look at it with a basically very easy way to look at it. Okay, so what we're looking at ES, which is your E-mini futures, S&P 500. So I have a monthly chart here and daily, and this is just 15 minutes. That's where I trade the futures. So I'm just gonna look at the biggest time frame, right? I'm gonna look at the monthly time frame. So right now, what you're seeing here is nothing is wrong with the trend. Okay, I'm gonna draw some tools here. Uh, so what you're looking at is beautiful uptrend, right? You're making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, all the way through up here, higher high and a higher low, higher high and a higher low, right? Makes sense, right? So this is from basically 2008 that's where we have the correction, right? Back in 2008 up until 2019. So you're literally talking about 10 about 2020, right? About easily about like 12 years, 12 some years, right? So let me go back and make it very simple. Okay, so this is current trend for last few years. I'm gonna go back from 2001 all the way to 2008. So this is the trend that was happening back then. I'm gonna do the same thing, right? From 2002, draw a simple line, right? You were making higher highs right here, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and somewhat of a higher low, right? You see how simple the trend is? And in fact, if you look at it, you had a beautiful uptrend going. You had it basically, you draw a simple line, right? Is a line in direction. It keeps on respecting the line to the uptrend, right? Just look at it very simply. Right here is where it kind of made a lower low, right? Lower low right around here below this, right? So this was, if you were in 2008 and you were projecting a somewhat of a crash or whatever you were doing, right? You wanted to take your money out or park it back in. This is the point where you should have taken your money out right here. Okay, you would have lost some, right? You would have lost from 1550 all the way down to let's even be a little bit more lenient, right? About 1300, 1250, you would have lost a little bit of money, right? But you would have saved all this money down all the way down to 750. So this was the trend back then, right? Simple line, that's all you have to draw. Simple line. If the line was broken, you take your money out. Or if you're in it for longer term, if you're a little bit young, if you were, let's just say, your 30s, your 40s, you want to actually start rebuying back in, right? So right around here, start buying back in. Double bottom, right? From here, all the way down here, you get a double bottom, you get back in. And if you want to be safe, you can wait for the trend to begin. So looking back, that was that. Looking at now, the current picture, do you see that happening? Do you see that? It's simple. Do you see that happening? You see the break in the line. There is no break in the line, right? So this coronavirus shit, elections and all that fucking crap, it doesn't matter, right? What matters is that you look at the trend. The basically your history is written onto the chart. You have no clue what happened here. Was Ebola back there? I think 2009 was somewhat of Ebola, right? Then there was SARS, then there was the West Nile, then there was something. But it doesn't say that on the chart, right? Does it say on the chart that right here the Ebola broke out, these many people died? Yes, a lot of people died and all that stuff, which is, which sucks about this, the flus and all that stuff. But if you're trading the financial markets, all you got to look at is a simple uptrend. If the trend is still intact, you keep on trading that. In fact, you want to take an opportunity and reinvest or rebuy back in. A lot of people, they really got like fear factor, right? They basically like, okay, I'm done. Huge fall. So if you look at this in a daily chart, this is ugly, guys. This is very, very ugly, right? But you have to tell yourself, if you ask yourself, are you a long-term trader? Are you a swing trader? Are you a day trader? Or you're just positional trader? You're just adding back in. If you're in Tesla, Apple, Netflix, all those big stocks. Are you simply just investing for daily income, swing trading income, by month, or just long term? If you want to stay in, just stay in, right? So this is the monthly chart. Anything wrong with it? In fact, we're actually at a support level. I'm gonna go back in. Sorry, kind of late and kids are sleeping, so I get to make this. But I used to do this all the time, but I just don't have the time anymore. Okay, frame. So I'm gonna go back in. So this is huge support. This was a huge support uh, back from 2017, as you can see here, 2018. So prices are actually, this was once resistance, right? This was the resistance, retested again, went down, retested again. Boom, it broke out of here, right? It broke out with a massive move from 29, to 71, went all the way to 3400. It's retesting this resistance now. Simple, trading 101. Previous resistance now is becoming new support, right? Or vice versa, right? So prices are retesting this resistance area. I don't know if the prices are gonna bounce, but if you trade simply by looking at a chart and not get caught up in all this the crap that's going on, right? You just simply trade on the chart. That's why when I used to day trade, headsets in my ears, and just buy sell whatever I wanted to do, short, simply looking at the chart. I didn't care about the news. Obviously you want to care about the news when it's the earnings and all that stuff, because that's when it's more climactic kind of movements happen in the market, right? The price going up, price going down. Those are the stocks you want to trade. So this is actually a trader's market. Trader's market meaning day traders market. If you're quick in, quick out. I actually traded a GNUG. It's miners. It went up like $5-10, so it was good trade. I had like 2 trades and worked out really well. So this is basically retesting back to your resistance. So let me just go back. This is okay. So this is where monthly, right? I'm looking at a monthly chart. Retesting. It can go deeper. Okay, it can go deeper. It can go to 25, 27.52. However, we're getting a bounce. If you look here, we're up about plus 17, plus 16. But we could have a dead cat bounce, right? We could have it. Could this be a top, like the ultimate top that it could be, right? But you're trading simply looking at a chart. If the chart tells you it's making a higher high, now it's making a higher low, you trade that. You don't trade the news, you don't trade anything else. You basically trade the chart. You trade, I'm gonna buy in based on my daily. If there's a daily good enough candle, or again, you got to learn the candles. You got to know support and resistance, right? You got to learn candlesticks, right? If there is a hammer happening, if there is a harami, see this is harami right here. So, and if there is a bearish engulfing or a shooting star, right? So this is somewhat of a shooting star with a little bit of wick in it, or a evening star. So you gotta look at all those candlesticks, right? And the third is basically the trend, right? Trade in the direction of a trend. If there is no bend in the trend, you keep on trading that trend, right? Or to keep on trading that trend. So right now this is basically in monthly chart, nothing wrong with it. We just had a huge down month, which was last month, or actually yeah, it's good. It's the beginning of the month is here, so we could possibly have a huge move to the upside. But also remember, if this breaks, right, if your trend, if it comes down and breaks this support and it keeps going down, right, and you don't see a higher high, you don't see a high above here, above this, that tells you that downtrend is somewhat starting, right? So if the price is, and that's what I'm kind of thinking, could have a dead cat bounce, prices come down, go back up, retest this area, and it makes a lower high, and then it goes down and makes it another lower low, we're in trouble, right? At that point, the trend is basically, it's not existing anymore, right? Just like you're back in your 2008. So basically here, you had a huge trend to the upside, right? Prices came down, Prices came here, retested this area. What did it do? It made a lower high, right? So then it made a lower low, broke this past resistance. Past resistance was acting as a support. We didn't really work as a support. It broke that, and it actually made it lower. What? Kept on making lower lows, right? Lower low. In fact, it didn't even make a lower high in here. It didn't. I mean, the market was crushed. It didn't go up and make another lower high and came down. So simple. It's keep it very simple. If you're new into the market, if you're just looking to 401ks, simply draw a line. Like simply draw the line and just retest that. So one of my friend asked me to do this analysis, and he's like, man, you used to do my analysis, and I used to pay you. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do the analysis because I think people need to know. People need to know the trend of the market, where it's going in a longer term, right? If you're a day trader, so now looking at a weekly chart, I'm not gonna go deep into it, okay? Because I already explained the bigger term. Weekly chart, we retesting this past resistance, now support, go. That's all there is, right? That's all there is. It did break this line though in a weekly chart, but depending on if you're a weekly trader, you would be out of it. You would be out of it right around here. Okay, if you're 401k trader, depending on are you close to retirement, you would be out of it right there, or maybe partially take 20-30% off. Again, this is not a financial advice or anything. It's just simply my opinion. Should not be constituted as a financial. Just simply what I'm saying is what the chart is telling me, and I'm just depicting that. Hindsight, right? It's all hindsight. So now looking at a daily chart. A daily chart is ugly, 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 right? This is where people simply just got just ripped, right? The trillions of more, the money was just out of the market within this short period of time. So this was, you had a beautiful draw some lines, right? Help yourself. This is like a parallel trend to the upside, making highs, making lows, and as soon as it broke out of here, and I'm not just talking about E-mini S&P 500. Your futures YM. Actually, just look at it, right? YM is your Dow. Same thing, right? Same thing. NQ, same thing. What else is there? Oh shit. Even your dollar index. Crude oil, I like to trade. I like trading the crude oil. In fact, I actually traded crude oil today. Let me actually, if there is, I can. So I did a 100 and just very small profit, but 15-minute. Am I supposed to curse here? So this was beautiful, had a downtrend, right? It broke out of. I love flags, right? I look at the 15-minute flag, then pull the trigger into actually I'm looking at retest of this area. There's a smaller demand over here. I'm not gonna play, not might, because I don't have time to play when we're sitting here all night. Then so I had it broke out of a flag here, so I bought in. I think it's 45, 49. I instantly sold it, right? I had to go get pizza, and I was like, let's just make a little money for the pizza. So made 120 bucks on there, and just easy. It was easy trade. So just going back, right? Going back, I had to show this because these are the trades you want to look for, right? This is a day trader trade, right? If you're simply looking to make quick bucks, I could have traded like 2 lots, 3 lots, but I only have one, because I just don't want to, I want to sleep, right? I don't want to have stress over while I'm sleeping, or I'm like, ah, shit, man, I lost the money, and you lose my sleep over. In fact, I don't even trade that much anymore because it's just too busy with the kids and all that stuff. So that was so let's go back into monthly again, okay? So everything is looking like that. Crude is like kind of beaten up pretty bad, had a downtrend, but it just doesn't correlate with the whole markets, but it's just ugly. Nothing's going on here, but you can do. The crude oil should be day trading anyway. You don't want to be holding for longer term unless you're in hedging and stuff like that. So go back to ES again, E-mini 500. That's the benchmark of the market. Made a lot of videos about just following the benchmark of the market, and because that's what tells you the story of the whole market, right? This Standard and Poor 500 stocks in there. These are the major companies. Like you name it, you can think of it, it's in there, right? Apple, Netflix, IBM, Microsoft, you name it, everything's in there. So that's it. That's basically. Let me go back to daily, right? So daily is where That's what I want to talk about. So broke down here, this trend, passed resistance, then work as a support. Broke that, you should have been out there, right? You should have took your money out of your 401ks, because it's the trend, right? The trend is broken, and you want to do something about it. If you're not doing something about it, you're just losing money at that point, because you can park that money somewhere else. You can take that money out and put it into bonds, right? So it's we're having a personally, I think we're having a dead cat bounce, right? We're having a huge fall, had a big volume day, came down, made a somewhat of, actually that could be a hammer, right? A little bit of wick on the top, but it needs to clear above for it to buying more action. So this is overnight action we're seeing here. We're up again. Oh, actually, we're up 17. We're only up 10 now, right? So actually, that was for a month. Sorry. Oh yeah, no, no, we are up only 10. We were up just about 16. So hey, I don't know if it's gonna go up or down, but it looks so. So now you gonna go into where the dead cat bounce is going to reverse, all that stuff, right? It's then it gets tedious now, right? There is a supply here. Prices could go up to 30.75, above 31. If you want to short, actually, personally, I would want to short here, because as a day trader, I would want to short down here, and for a move to come down, take a little, make a little, daily income, right? And then if there's another supply here, 31.35, then there's another supply here, 30 to 40. So it's not just gonna keep shooting up. I can, I'm not gonna guarantee you that, but I can just tell you that it's not just gonna keep shooting up. It's gonna go up, reset, hang around there for a few days, and possibly make another move to the upside, if that's what uh if that's what if there is demand, right? If possibly by then they might say, oh, you know what, we got control over the coronavirus, we got this, Trump is doing this, we're just taking care of everything, that's going to be a positive news, obviously. So the coronavirus is already factored in. It's already factored in here, from a huge drop of 3,400 to 29. Actually, it went pretty down to 2,800. So that's all factored in. If there is a positive news, we might just, news could be driven. And although I don't believe in that, I just believe in the chart. It could have us say, bounce, then come down. I I don't know. I just kind of depict that, but I'm just gonna trade the chart. Right now, it's just all I'm waiting for is this area to hold. If this doesn't hold, then we're in trouble. If this is as this should hold, based on the chart is 100% accurate. There is no fallacy in it. There is nobody's lying in the chart. Every single candlestick is pure. It's 100% pure, right? Because it's printed. It's history. You can't erase this candle. You can't erase the history. So what we're saying is retest. Let's just say if it goes up, boom, you're in an uptrend again, right? The trend is still uptrend. There is no bend. Usually election years are always up, but we just have a little hiccup here, and we'll see how that works. And could be possibly another high. So that's just my analysis. That's just my take on it, and you take it or leave it. Doesn't really matter. But that's just people need to be not fearful about it. We always have corrections. We always have pullbacks, and this is more of a correction, right? Pullback is again, I'm not gonna go into detail. Should be slow. Pullback should be slow down. This is a correction, climactic move to the downside, and this is a little bit of a concern. It's a little bit of concern to me. It's a little bit, should be a little bit, obviously a lot of concern to a lot of people. He's scaring the market. It might be reminding 2008, but that's just my take on it. And that's it. I'll wrap this video up, and please share so that others can look at it, and maybe it'll provide 2 cents to others from my 1 cent of just a little BS talk, whatever you can say. But that's it's just simple. It's as simple as it gets. Like they say, keep it simple, stupid, right? So anyways, so that's it, and I'll talk to you guys later. Maybe I'll put more videos out, and but it doesn't look like it the way just life is right now. Kids, fitness, and just trying to concentrate on that, because this trading is like stressful shit, man. It's a stressful fucking job, and that's what turned my day trading room down. It's just there's no time for stress anymore. When you're older, you have priorities, and this trading is not my priority, and having a well-paying job, and it does good, puts the food down on the table and got a roof, and hey, that's all you need in life, right? So anyways, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. Hopefully this helped you clear some of the confusion. If not, there are thousands of the traders better than me. I'm just putting my 2 cents out here. All right, guys, take care, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take care, bye.